A filter in Photoshop is a feature or digital effect that allows users to modify photos, repair them, or create multiple special visual effects. After importing the photo, we turn it into a smart object like this. As the first step in our project, I want to blur out the background behind our subject. There are a lot of ways you can do that in Photoshop, and all of them are equally valid. I will show you one of the ways you can do this, which is by using a neural filter called depth blur. Go to Filters, Neural Filters. Neural Filters is a new workspace in Photoshop with a library of filters that dramatically reduces difficult workflows to just a few clicks using Adobe's machine learning system. If you don't have depth blur installed, now is the time to do so. The depth blur filter creates environmental depth in an image to feature a foreground or background object. Enable it, and as you can see, it calculates the depth of the picture and does the heavy lifting for you. You can adjust its strength, the haze around it, and a bunch of other stuff. I just make it a bit blurrier and add a bit of haze. But don't forget what I said earlier, it's totally fine if you want to adjust things differently than I do. Pause the video if you like and play around with the neural filters. Don't worry, you can't break anything here. Go to Filters and find Camera Raw Filter. Adobe Camera Raw has essentially all the editing power of Lightroom, an advanced photo editor, available as a filter option in Photoshop. With Adobe Camera Raw, there's nearly infinite editing power wrapped up in one filter without having to use layers. All edits are saved on the fly and can even be saved as a preset to be applied to other images at a later time. Now, there are a lot of things you can do in here which we won't get into in this video, but be on the lookout for more in-depth, advanced tutorials where we will cover more aspects of the Camera Raw filter. This time we will apply a preset I created for this project specifically to keep this video simple for you. Press this icon on the right here and select the Train Tracks Camera Raw preset. This will apply my custom settings and adjustments to your picture. If you have some experience with Photoshop already, feel free to poke around in the tabs to see what has been done. You can move the sliders and play around with the settings if you like. By the way, we have a bunch more presets available in our Photoshop FX Library Pro package if you are interested. Again, we will have more in-depth videos on Camera Raw incoming if you want to know more. But for now, we will leave the Camera Raw filter by pressing OK. Now I want to add some lens flare and glares to our composition. If you have created your Creative Cloud library with your background selected, just go to Window and open your libraries and search for flares, light leaks, glares, or just browse through and pick the ones you like. Alternatively, you can open your Flurbo Starter Kit asset folder, drag and drop the ones you like, and adjust its size to your liking. Then change the blending mode to screen to have the new overlay layer blend in nicely. Now, if you want to lighten or darken the overlay, you can do it by pressing Ctrl and L or Command L on a Mac. This will bring up the levels window, adjust it to your liking and press OK. Now, if you want to change the saturation of the overlay or change its color, you can do it by pressing Ctrl and U or Command U on a Mac. This will bring up the Hue Saturation Adjustment window. Here you can normally adjust the colors, lightness, and saturation of a layer. And with that, you have used overlays, adjusted their blending modes, and learned how to change hue and saturation in the exposure levels. As a final touch, I will create a new layer by clicking this icon here, then change the blending mode to soft light, then right-click on the composition, select a soft round brush, adjust its size, and darken a few parts of the edge of the composition, like so. And with that, you have recreated the composition. Good job. We went from this to this.